Good morning. Yeah, very happy to see so many people on a Saturday, right? Very early on a Friday, yeah, right? So, uh, so I have about 3 decades of experience. I think most of you probably have been in the L&D for a long time. The last 5 years is what I have got into L&D. Really passionate and really happy to be in this field currently. Really, so much happening, right? So I think last couple of sessions have clearly told about digitalizing learning. So I'm not going to say anything. Some of you may be at different parts in your companies on digitalizing learning, right? So I'm here to just say, right? So it is going to re-emphasize the decision you have made on digitalizing learning, right? And for people who are early in your journey on digitalizing, it can also probably help you as a business case to take it for getting more budgets, right? So before we say why we digitalize, right? So why do we need to digitalize? So these are all happening in the last 10, 15 years. Most of the companies like Udemy or LinkedIn Learning, all of them started coming from 2010, 2012. Okay. Then what are the benefits of digitalized learning? And what is the impact AI is on having on now enhancing the learning experience and digitalized learning? And finally, what do we conclude? Okay. So what are the challenges in the traditional method? So I just want to start with why, because before we go into saying we do it, but some of us may be doing it already, but may not have realized in detail why we started doing it in the first place. So some of us probably might have started adopting it because everybody started doing it, let us also start doing. But there was some need why it was required. So first one is, from the traditional methods, we didn't have standard contents, right? So there was nobody who was taking time, effort to create some content. So I'm an SME, I have my own content. There'll be one more SME who will come and give a different content. So there's no standard experience, there's no standard coverage, all right? So there's a problem. So then you have a lack of subject matter experts. Sorry, can I get some water, please? Yeah, subject matter experts, again, very few, right? So we have issues there. Logistics, right? So your training rooms, other devices. We don't have dedicated trainers because we have lack of budgets, right? Even the SMEs that we had, not all the SMEs have facilitation experience. So while they have very knowledgeable, they probably could not make much impact during the training sessions. The overlapping hours of trainers and trainees. So trainers become very busy. They probably have been delivering other work also and doing training, SMEs, right? And matching the time of both of them has been very difficult. So because of all this, delivering consistent quality is a challenge. And scalable is obviously a bigger challenge. I can do for 10 people. If you ask me to do for 20 people, I may do. If you ask me to do for 100 people, 1,000 people, dead. Right? So how does it impact how L&D was running? We were not effective in not giving standard quality of our trainings. Our efficiency, because we are looking at one size fits all, regardless of your skill levels and your proficiency levels. Everybody needs to sit through a training curriculum, whether it is 5 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. And scalable, that's the biggest problem that we had. Right? So is this the only reason why we got to digitalized learning? Yeah, this is one of them, but we have a few more. Right? No. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so the world has changed. The world has changed. The pace of technology change is so high. So I've been in the industry for 30 years. What used to take 20 years or 10 to 15 years is now taking 10 to 15 days or 10 to 15 months. That's the maximum. So many changes. Just the Gen AI that we're talking about, right? So we have foundational LLMs getting introduced almost every day, right? And there are changes that is happening within that space so high. Even to know what is happening is a bigger challenge. Forget about getting deeper into what is all about, right? So there is Gen AI. So people started talking about Gen AI. Suddenly you have so many LLMs, and then everybody is spending a lot of money on it, and changes are very fast paced. Transformational initiatives. So all the industry companies have to take up transformational initiative. Even traditional things like banking and everybody have to be very transformational today to stay competitive in today's market. Obviously, because of all the changes, skill shortage. So we live in a skill economy where we are really challenged for people with the right set of skills. So if you ask me personally, I don't think there is any person that lives in this world for any JD we write today. For any of the JDs we write, we probably can find somebody who's 70%, 60%. That's the best you can get. So we are talking about something which we don't exist in this world, but that is a need of the hour, right? And then the learning preference of Gen Zs. Gen Zs don't want to come and sit here in a classroom for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. No. I would want to come, learn at my time, learn at my pace, learn through my mobile, right? And then employee expectations. It is like a salary, right? When I come to office, you need to provide me learning opportunities and help me grow in my career. So that's a basic expectation people on any company today. If you are not doing, so there are studies that are clearly telling learning opportunity companies which are providing learning opportunities are able to have people stay in the organization, right? So people leave the organizations because you're not providing enough learning opportunities that are tying up with your career growth, right? So what this has done, so because of traditional challenges in the traditional approach and changing world, so the changing expectations in L&D. L&D has been looked at very differently today in the organizations, right? So what it used to be more an employee engagement initiative as part of HR, right? It's now very, very business aligned, right? So in Maverick, we don't do anything. We take the call, like there may be 30, for example, the recent one we did for the last quarter, 30 training requests came. We decided we will do only 8 of them because they had the most business impact. So we take a call, even business came and asked for certain things. When I said, we'll still do the rest of it, but prioritize those 8, right? What used to be a compliance, like every company do it, so we also need to have an L&D function. So that's how it started. Now we are a solution provider. In most of the situations, whenever organization come with any problems today, I think L&D is one of the teams that is approached first to see what they can do in that problem, right? Particularly with the market skill shortage, so there's nobody anyway outside also available to go higher, right? So better groom your internal talent, right? And we have seen that really working well for us. I'm sure many of you are facing the same. What used to be, when I say order taker, I mean business comes and says do this 10 trainings. Yes, we facilitate and do the trainings. Now training and is learning and development is becoming a key differentiator for organizations. So regardless, like we talked about companies which become $1 billion or grew faster, right, at a smaller phase, this is going to become a big difference. The kind of investments you're making in learning development alone can attract you to win new business, attract and retail talent. So it's more about doing it and also marketing it well. So that can become a big differentiator for you, regardless you are a new beginner or an established player, right? You are very operational, right? When nothing was happening or doing, now it is very, very strategic. It used to be a support function. Now we have a seat on the table. All the CLOs in the organizations are becoming very, very powerful, right? Because we are looked at as solving multiple business problem that is happening. Right, so we talked about so many problems.